The Waterways Journal is happy to announce that IMX 2020 will continue as a virtual event using up-to-date technology to connect consumers and businesses in a safe and constructive way. As you can see on screen, the virtual event will have the look and feel of a live event, with major sponsorship signage and streaming content to inform and educate. To attend the event, a consumer simply needs to register and then use their login credentials to be taken inside. Once inside, they will be greeted with a lobby area that includes major sponsor logos as well as rooms that can be clicked on to travel to different locations where different functions can happen. Additionally, there is an opportunity for sponsorship of a ticker at the bottom of the page, which can include important event information. At the top of the page is a menu for extra navigation. Today we are only going to go over a few, just to get the lay of the land. By clicking on a sponsor banner, you will see that you are taken to a booth space. This booth space would be equivalent to a 20 by 20 at our live events. There are many functions on a booth space. We won't go over them all in the different sizes available, but I'll try to cover the options while we're here in this booth space. Just like a live booth, a business can display a video inside the space, have brochures or signage above or next to the booth. There are options for certain items to be clickable so they can be gathered in what is called an e-bag. As attendees click, their bag is filled with the information that they have been consuming, and they can go back to it later. Additionally, there are options for a vertical menu there on the right, with placements for links to go to more information about the company, as well as videos, products, webinars, documents, and direct traffic to a website. At the bottom of the page, you will see a chat function, where attendees can start chatting with whomever is working the virtual booth space, set a virtual appointment to talk to a representative from the business, scan a badge to get added to a list for products, add to their own contacts, or go to a Twitter or Facebook page. There are many ways to navigate to and from sponsor booths. I'm just going to show that functionality now and give you an idea of some of the other booth spaces available. By clicking the Expo Hall menu at the top of the page, a drop-down will reveal a menu item that leads to the exhibitors. By clicking this, they are taken to the Expo Hall and can find a large format layout of businesses showing at the event. In this case, we were taken to a booth space which would be equivalent to a 10 by 20. There are some differences between the last booth space and this, the main being that there is less space for signage. But there's still room for videos, and also you can see that there's other ways to use some of the spaces. In this case, there's much more text and a banner that shows some information about the client. Another way to navigate is by clicking on Expo Hall at the top of the page and dropping down to where it says Directory. This will open up a directory that is searchable. If a consumer knows a category or the name of the business, they can simply put that in the search and it will pull that business or those categories up. Additionally, it gives extra options of chatting from a distance. They can simply click on the chat button and start a conversation with whoever's working the booth space. Clicking on the View button will take you directly to the booth space. In this case, we've gone to the equivalent of a 10 by 10. As you can see, it still has a lot of the functionality of the other booth spaces, just less room for signage. The directory works the same if you navigate from the Expo Hall or from any other page in the site. Just click on Directory and you can have the search bar come up and go directly to a business that you're looking for. In this case, we went to a 10 by 10 example featuring the product lines of the customer. Here is a 20 by 20 example featuring many of their larger products, a product catalog, video component, as well as a book offering. Next, we have a 10 by 20 example, which features a video component and also a list of the projects that they have in place for this next year. A 10 by 10 example featuring mostly text telling about their history and who they are. Another 20 by 20 example featuring a product catalog and video. And finally, we have an example of what could be a tie-in for someone, say, sponsoring a booth, where they sponsor the auditorium in which a keynote address or some sort of speaking engagement is involved. Hopefully you are as excited as we are that we're still holding this event and we're able to reach our clients in a safe and effective way and for them to see what we have to offer. Please contact your Waterways Journal representative with any questions that you might have.